Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Got question Chase, has got the facts, talking NFL numbers, he's got your back. A little chart trend ball, man, he's got it like that. Chasing data by do champions. Chasing data applies to everyone. Chasing data, yeah, we're live today. Chasing data for always. Chasing data by do champions.
What's up? And we are now week 16, chasing data. We are getting a clearer picture. I say clear as to who's going to make the playoffs and who's going to win the Super Bowl potentially. But I think there's a lot of parity this year. The big names are not going to be in it. No Joe Burrow, no Patrick Mahomes, potentially no Lamar Jackson. We shall see. But we're going to go and talk about the important games for this week. And those games only, probably. There's quite a few that have playoff implications. We're going to talk about all those. And see what comments or questions we can talk about. Any fantasy questions, we'll do that as well. But looking at the first game that I want to discuss, Thursday Night Football, man. This is NFC Championship preview potentially. We have the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Seattle. Both teams 11-3. The Rams currently hold the tiebreaker. They won the first matchup. With that said, it's going to be quite a different game. They probably are not going to have Devontae Adams. I don't think they would start him. I don't think they would have him go in this game. I would be very surprised if they did. If he's there, I feel like they're pushing it. They need to save him for the playoffs. I know they want the 1 seed or potentially the 1 seed and not the 5 seed. We have a remake of what happened last season with the Vikings and the Lions. But with that said, so the Rams are going in there. They're currently 1.5-point favorites to the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks, their defense is top notch, probably top 3 along with the ranks of the Texans and the Broncos. They're on every metric that you look at. They're one of the top teams. Defense, anyways. The volatility with this team comes with Sam Darnold. And when you look at Sam Darnold, like what he's done this year, going into last week, he was 5th, I believe, in EPA per dropback. But then he had a down week. But when you look at his game log for this year, he's just so up and down. I mean, we have the likes of a positive 0.82 EPA per dropback, positive 0.93 EPA per dropback, 0.65 EPA per dropback. But on the other end of that, we have a minus 0.35, a minus 0.26. By the way, the tops in the league average is 0.20 by Drake May and Jordan Love. True that. Pitt or Houston defense? Houston, when you look at their matchups, Houston against Las Vegas, we saw what the Eagles did against the Las Vegas Raiders, and we don't even really need to go into who Pittsburgh is playing because it doesn't matter. I mean, Pittsburgh's defense is nowhere near the quality of the Houston Texans. Houston Texans are the best in the league, and Pittsburgh's playing against Detroit. So absolutely not. Texans. But the volatility in this first game, Thursday Night Football, is Sam Darnold. They could get an absolute great game from him. They could get a stinker. But the craziest thing, probably the most surprising thing about the Los Angeles Rams this year is the fact that their defense is playing exponentially better than what anyone would have ever foreseen. I mean, we're not really worried about yards per game because they put up so many yards and score so quickly that the other team has to score. But when you look at EPA allowed, let's go to EPA allowed per play. And we expected that secondary to be terrible. Right now, they're the 6th best overall defense. As far as against the pass with efficiency numbers, they're the 9th best. You could have asked anybody in the league, and if they would have said, the Rams are going to be 9th best in the NFL against the pass, especially with the pass rush that they have, anybody and everybody would have taken that. I lost Adam, DJ Moore, or Pittman Jr. Man, tough. I think you go upside with DJ Moore. I don't know how much Philip Rivers is going to give Pittman Jr. the ball. But yeah, opinion on Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck, I think right now will be the starter next year. I don't think the Saints will bring in somebody that is I don't think they go first or second round unless maybe a first day one pick falls to them in the second round and they just can't pass it up to bring in competition. I mean, Tyler Shuck, when you look at his last, let's see, the 5 games. Wait, he started 7 games now. Let's see where he ranks overall. I mean, last week was the best game of his career, potentially. Maybe his 2 best games are against the Panthers. A positive .3 EPA per dropback and a positive .24. With that said, overall, I believe that he has shown the ability to improve this offense. The defense has been okay in New Orleans, which is something I never thought I would say. But I think Tyler Shuck has done enough to earn the job for year 2, going into the season, I should say. Right now, he's 26th in EPA per dropback out of 32 players. Spencer Rattler was a minus .16 EPA per dropback. Tyler Shuck is minus .08. So, only better. 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Passer rating 85, which is right where Spencer Rattler was, but Spencer Rattler's in year 2. Both in a new offense, obviously, but I mean, offensive line is not the best in New Orleans, to say the least. They don't have the best weaponry. They got rid of Rashid Shaheed at the trade deadline. No Alvin Kamara the last few weeks. So, I mean, he's done relatively well, in my opinion. But going back to that Rams and Seahawks, we're going to play T. Higgins. Yeah, T. Higgins, I mean, if he's out there, I think you have to play. I mean, because if he passes concussion protocol, then he's on the field. And I mean, there's no snap limit for that. Lamar or Dart? So Jackson Dart is going up against the Minnesota Vikings and the blitz heavy scheme of Brian Flores. Lamar Jackson on the other side is going up. Why am I blanking on who they're playing? New England Patriots. It's probably going to be a high scoring game. I think we still go Lamar. When you look at Jackson Dart and his ranks, he's played this year. Yeah, I mean, Dart going up against Brian Flores, that defense with he's going to be under pressure all night long. See where he ranks right now as far as EPA per dropback with Jackson Dart. Lamar the last 2 weeks has looked like the old Lamar. He's still not as fast as he was years past. I think he's still lingering with he's hampered by an injury. I think we go Jackson Dart. I mean, we look at his fantasy numbers. The last 3 games he's played, he's put up 26, 11, and standard scoring. I mean, I think you can't go wrong. I think you go Lamar Jackson, honestly. Lawrence, Justin, yeah. Vikings coming on strong a little bit too late. They could finish 9-8 and look forward to the future with JJ McCarthy, but it was just too much of a struggle early in the season. But Trevor Lawrence or Caleb Williams, regardless of who Trevor Lawrence is playing, as long as he's playing the Denver Broncos, that's the only thing. Trevor Lawrence is honestly potentially the hottest quarterback in the NFL right now. Last week he had 5 passing touchdowns, over 300 yards through the air, over 50 yards on the ground, and a rush touchdown. The first NFL quarterback to ever put up such a stat line. And I know he's going up against Denver, but Denver has been gettable as far as opposing quarterbacks putting up points. The over-under in this game is 45.5 right now. So, I mean, it's hard to pass on him, even though the Chicago Bears, I mean, they're going up against Green Bay, who now does not have Michael Parsons. So without any pass rush, because outside of Micah Parsons, the Green Bay Packers were not getting any pressure on opposing quarterbacks. I think we still go Trevor Lawrence. Dowdle or Jones? Which what Jones are we talking about here? Jacoby Myers or Kareem Hunt? Jacoby Myers, absolutely. He is like I just said about Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been playing like the best quarterback in the NFL the last 2 weeks, and Jacoby Myers is wide receiver one in that offense. Rashee Rice or Woody Marks? I think we go Rashee Rice, maybe with Gardner Minshew under center. Woody Marks, I mean, he's left every game. He's played like the last 6 games. Woody Marks. And the reason I flipped my answer is because of the opponent in the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, they have an average run D, but the game script's probably going to have them running a lot. So I think we go Aaron Jones, Vikings, my bad. So what was your question? Aaron Jones or Rico Dowdle? Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason split a lot of the carries. They're going up against the Giants, and I think with that said, you go with Aaron Jones. And the reason I say that is because the New York Giants have the worst run D in the NFL right now. They're giving up 0.16 EPA per rush. They have the most. They've given up the most explosive run plays, 64. They're allowing 5.6 yards per carry, 153 yards per game on the ground. So even though they may be splitting the carry with Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason, I go Aaron Jones. Tracy or Carter as a waiver pick. Tyrone Tracy. I mean, if he keeps scoring like he did last week, I think you kind of ride the hot hand, honestly. So we have 2 games of note. Saints defense or Broncos defense. Broncos are going up against the Jags, who have been hot as of late. Saints are going up against the Jets with Brady Cook. It's just really hard to not start the Broncos, just due to the fact that they can get you 3 or 4 sacks, and that'd be that. So Rams and Seahawks, the playoff implications for that game. Bring up my notes here. That's not it. All right, so Rams and Seahawks. The Rams, they really have nothing. They have stuff to play for. Obviously, they're trying to get the 1 seed, obviously, and they already have the head-to-head versus the Seahawks. They already have a playoff berth. They're the only team in the NFC with a playoff berth. But the Seahawks, the thing for them is that they can clinch a playoff berth if they win or Detroit loses. And obviously, this goes a long way for the 1 seed as well. One of these teams is going to be 12-3. The other one will be 11-4, and no one else will be 11-4 going into the final 2 weeks of the season. Appreciate it, Berna. To be honest with you, I have a shirt of almost, I think, close to every team now in the NFL, and I switch it up every week. The Giants just felt like the team to support this week. At heart, I'm a Ravens fan, but I would love to see the Giants become great again. But, still got quite a few issues on that team. That's that game. And then the next game of note, Philadelphia at Washington. Philadelphia, if they win, they get a playoff berth. Yeah, Eli for sure. This game is probably not going to be close. They're sitting Jaden Daniels. Philadelphia Eagles, they clinched the NFC East. So this is a big game for the Eagles and the Cowboys, because the only way the Cowboys can get in at this point is if they don't lose, for one. They have to not lose. The only way they can get in, is through the NFC East, winning the NFC East. But Philadelphia clinches the NFC East if they win against the Commanders. And Dallas is out if they lose. It's that simple, even if they both lose. So yeah, like I said, they are eliminated from the NFC East and playoff contention with a loss or a Philadelphia win. Chase Brown, James Cook, Gibbs, Travion, pick 3. Gibbs, Travion Henderson, and James Cook. Chase Brown's the low man on the totem pole. Great 4-man lineup, though, for sure. So that's that game. Then we have the Packers and the Bears. And the Packers, they have so many injuries, especially losing Micah Parsons. Them not having Micah Parsons for this season and potentially the majority of next season is tough for them. And it's not tough just from a talent standpoint. They're paying him so much money to not have him on the field. If he's not on the field, he's taking up such a huge hit on that cap, especially next year. And this hinders them in other ways with roster building. But for this game, going up against the Chicago Bears, currently they are, I mean, it's basically a pick 'em. The Packers are 1.5-point favorites, over under 46.5. I mean, Caleb Williams just still continues to surprise us. 10-4, nobody would thought the Bears would be 10-4. Packers 9-4-1, 9-4-1. Jordan Love has the best keeper dropback in NFL at .20 per dropback. He's the most efficient. He's able to hold on to the ball, take care of it. The quick pass, they're number 1 in the NFL with quick pass. The Bears defense is ranked 18th. The Bears is surprisingly number 12 against pressure, and the Packers defense on pressuring is 28th. Gonna hurt them even more, especially with no Micah Parsons. When you look at the Packers and their pass rushers, I was saying this earlier, they have not been getting after the quarterback outside of Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons has 83 quarterback pressures. After him, Rashawn Gary with 43, and after him, 24, Kingsley Enagbare. I mean, it's just no one. This is just terrible numbers. So 12.5 sacks for Parsons, then 7.5 and 4. Devontae Wyatt. It's not good. Cincy fighting for a playoff spot. No, Cincy got eliminated this past week with the loss. They had less than a 1% chance on anyway. Villarreal, H-Town, Texans. Yeah, I mean, Texans, they're one of the hottest teams right now, especially with that defense. Doesn't really matter what the offense does for the most part of the game. CJ or Love. I think we go Jordan Love. I think you have a higher ceiling with Jordan Love. The floor is could be very low for CJ Stroud, even though he's been playing better. Could be very low. Mike Evans or Zay Flowers. So the Ravens are going up against the Patriots. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Mike Evans, I mean, he's just like guaranteed to get the ball all the time. They're going up against Carolina. But that offense has been struggling. Oh, man. I think I go Mike Evans. Though. Texas, Tejano. I appreciate the chilies. Appreciate that. Really do appreciate anything and everything, especially the chilies. But yeah, so I think the Bears beat the Packers with their lack of pass rush. And if you're going to give Caleb Williams time in the pocket, he doesn't have to run around like a maniac trying to create out of the pocket. When he loses his organizational ability, I should say, whenever he scrambles, it doesn't always tend to play out in a positive manner for Caleb Williams and the Bears. And if they don't have Michael Parsons, so as a team, how many pressures do they have? 177. So Michael Parsons has almost 50% of the entire team pressures. Good luck to him on defense. Pick 3, Cook, Bucky, Judkins, Jacobs, Marks. Okay? All right, so we go James Cook for sure. Woody Marks, because they're going up against the Raiders, even though they have an average run D, the game script, I would assume, would favor the run game with Houston. And then we go Josh Jacobs, I believe, based on what he did last week. I mean, I feel like he's in for another big week, especially since they don't have Tucker Kraft, as we know. No Christian Watson, I'm assuming. I'm going to go Josh Jacobs. He underperformed in a prime opportunity last week, and I don't trust Jenkins with Shador under center. All right, Flowers, McConkey, Brian Thomas Jr., Luther Burden III, or Reed. I think they go Zay Flowers just because it's going to be such a high-scoring game against the New England Patriots. Colts are beating the Niners 26-23. Man, maybe 16-13 with Philip Rivers, but it is possible. Jacoby Brissett overload. Jacoby Brissett is going to throw the ball 92 times per norm. Going up against the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know if I'm there yet. Jordan Love currently has the highest EPA per dropback, so his floor is so much higher than what Jacoby Brissett's is. Sutton, Trevion Henderson, Chase Brown, or Scary Terry for a flex. I think we ride the wave with Trevion Henderson. Stroud or Shook. CJ Stroud's going up against the Raiders. The Raiders have, I think, the fourth worst pass D in the NFL. And Tyler Shook is going up against the Jets. Man, it's just hard to pick Tyler Shook. I know Stroud is the better quarterback, obviously, but I think you go to CJ Stroud going up against the Raiders. Neil says Rams. The Rams are one healthy Devontae Williams away from winning it all. They currently have the best Super Bowl odds. I think today when I looked, they were plus 320. So they had the best odds in the NFL, I believe 1 through 5. Who was it? Let me see. It was the Rams at plus 320. Seahawks at like plus 400. The Bills at plus 600. The Broncos and the Texans were like plus 1,000 each, I believe. So they definitely have the shot. Especially, I don't know why they're saying Davante Adams could potentially play this week. If he plays, they have lost it. They have completely lost it. I see no way that they should play him. I know it's for the 1 seed, but what good's the 1 seed if he's out for the entire playoffs? Jaylen Warren or Gainwell. Gainwell is just such a huge pass catcher. So assuming that it's full PPR, you go Gainwell. Especially in what should be a high-scoring game against the Detroit Lions. Start Jaden Reed or Khalil Shakir in the flex. Man, Shakir, after being he was becoming a household name last year, he is currently wide receiver 39 this year. And when you look at his fantasy log and what he's done this year, God, it is hard to start him. He has not scored. He's only scored 10 plus in 3 games. You definitely go Jaden Reed and hope for the upside against the Bears. Especially if no Christian Watson is playing. I know Buffalo's going up against Cleveland. Cleveland can their defense can do some things, especially with the light house here. Appreciate you stopping by, Trevor. Devontae Smith, Cortland Sutton, Scary Terry, Chris Olave. Devontae Smith is always good for some deep balls. Cortland Sutton, I think we go Cortland Sutton. He's such a touchdown in red zone target for Bo Nix and this offense. Bo Nix is just everybody else. Dak or Tyler Shough. Tyler Shough is going up against the Jets. I know it's the Jets, but Tyler Shough does not have any weapons. You have Dak Prescott's going up against the Chargers. The Cowboys have to win. This is a must-win game. They lose, and they're out of the NFC East, which means they're out of playoff contention. So I think you have to go with Dak, especially with the upside with the likes of George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Javonte Williams out of the backfield, Jake Ferguson. You have to take that. All right. Ladd, Jacoby Myers, or Michael Carter. Jacoby Myers. I know he's going up against the Denver Broncos. I hadn't seen the latest on Patrick Surtain. I know he got injured last week. But Jacoby Myers has been wide receiver 1 to the hottest quarterback over the past 2 weeks in Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence had over 300 yards, 5 pass touchdowns, 50 yards on the ground, and a rushing touchdown last week. First quarterback to ever do that in NFL history. So I think we do that. So we start Stephon Diggs or Shakir. Oh, we go Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is going up against the Ravens. The Ravens may put up a great defensive output, or they may look like the worst defense in the NFL. If you had to pick a wide receiver 1 in that New England offense, I know they spread the ball out a lot, and Stephon Diggs has the potential for that big game. Khalil Shakir does not. Not this year. Gadsden, Waller, or Parkinson? Probably Gadsden because he's going up against the Dallas Cowboys. I know the Cowboys' defenses look better, but they are not great in the slightest. Darren Waller, he's so hit or miss. He's either putting up 3 touchdowns, box scores, or running 3 routes. Jacoby Myers over those. Okay, what 3 backs do I start? ETN, Kyron, CMC, Jonathan Taylor. CMC for sure. Kyron, He's going up against the Seahawks. Etienne's going up against the Broncos. And Jonathan Taylor's going up against the Niners. I think you go Jonathan Taylor, even though he has Philip Rivers under center. Jonathan Taylor has the best matchup outside of Christian McCaffrey. So Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, and I think we go Aaron Williams. Warren or Dowdle. So Dowdle, obviously, the carries have gone back down some, especially since he was having such a great season in the middle of the year. When you look at the efficiencies as far as run defenses go, the Tampa Bay Bucks currently have the fifth best run team. So that makes me a little bit hesitant to go Dowdle. We go Jaylen Warren. I do believe, being that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going up against the Detroit Lions, could be a high-scoring game, a lot of potential for Jaylen Warren to score. Travis Kelce or Colby Parkinson if Devontae Adams don't play. Man, it's hard to go Kelce, especially with me being under center for the Kansas City Chiefs and them not having anything to play for. By default. Raphael, appreciate the follow. Everybody's talking about. Don't follow already. We're talking fantasy now, but this is analytics based. NFL post every day on all teams in the NFL, not just one team. Kyle, appreciate the follow. Anybody else would like to follow would greatly appreciate it. Jags all the way, man. If they keep playing like they are right now, if they get, there's a potential they could get the 1 seed. I'm sure you're aware of this if you're a Jags fan. But the Jags are playing the Denver Broncos right now, who are currently the 1 seed in the AFC. The Jags are not eliminated from the 1 seed. If they lose this week, they would be. But they win this week against the Broncos. I know the Broncos are a very, very hot team right now. But if they win against the Broncos, they're only a game back at that point with the tiebreaker, and they have Indy and Tennessee to end the season. So there's the potential that the Jags could win out and have a shot at the 1 seed in the AFC, especially with Trevor Lawrence playing the way he is right now. Talked about how he had the first stat line to ever go up like he did last week. 300 yards, 5 passing touchdowns, 50 yards on the ground, 1 rushing touchdown. Hottest quarterback in the league right now. Appreciate it, real news. Appreciate it. What's up, Raphael? Appreciate the follow. Colby Parkinson or Gadsden? All right, so I was talking about the Dallas defense a while ago and their pass. I mean, like I said, they have improved, but they're still the 3rd worst pass defense in the NFL as far as efficiency goes. They've given up 50 pass touchdowns. Is that number one? Is that number one in the league, right? Yes, it's number one in the league. I think you have to go Gadsden going up against the Dallas Cowboys. Must-win game for the Cowboys, but I think we still go Gadsden. Talk about the Denver game. The one, Kyle, you're talking about against the Jags or last week's Denver game? Flex Worthy, Adonai Mitchell, or Michael Wilson? I think we'll go Adonai Mitchell. Probably it's not Xavier Worthy, especially with no Mahomes. I know he's going up against Tennessee, but Tennessee's been a little bit friskier as of late. Michael Wilson's going up against Atlanta. If there's no Marvin Harrison Jr., he's probably going to get covered by A.J. Terrell. So I think we go Adonai Mitchell against the Saints. I know the Saints defense has improved over the last quarter of the season. But I think we go Adonai. He has the highest ceiling, I would say. No problem, Joe. Let's see. Tyrone Tracy or Kenneth Walker. Man, Kenneth Walker. I mean, I feel like every opportunity, whenever Charbonnet does well, Kenneth Walker's terrible. Whenever Charbonnet does bad, Kenneth Walker does better. But when you look at the run defenses in the NFL, the Rams have the 4th best. I don't think there's going to be a high run script. I mean, I think the Seahawks are leaning into their passing game, knowing that they are a great pass-first team with Sam Darnold, crazy as that is to say. So I think we go Tyrone Tracy. We saw what he did last week, having a near-career game fantasy-wise. And the Giants are going up against the Minnesota Vikings. And we know how much the Vikings love to blitz under Brian Flores. You could get a ton of checkdowns in that game from Jackson Dart to Tyrone Tracy. You look like AI. As AI as it gets. Seahawks suck. Their offense only plays good against. I wouldn't say their offense sucks. I would say it's very volatile due to Sam Darnold. But offense altogether, they currently have the 10th best offense as far as efficiency rating. Um, the pass is what's putting them up there. They're seventh as far as the pass goes, and the run game is quite lower. The run game is terrible. It is 29th. So if they can get the run game going, it'd be a lot better. Select one to start week 16. Dart, Love, Nix, or Golf. So Dart against Brian Flores, I don't love at all. Jordan Love going up against the Bears, better than Dart. Bo Nix going up against the Jags. Bo Nix has just been playing out of his mind. Jared Goff against the Steelers. I think we either go Nix or Goff. If I had to pick, I think we go Nix. Bear down. Yeah, they definitely have a good chance of winning that pick 'em against the Green Bay Packers this week. Green Bay Packers down. Michael Parsons was talking about him earlier. He has 83 pressures this year. After him, it's just complete. They fall off a cliff as far as pressure rate goes with the rest of their team. I think next Rashawn Gary with 43, and Michael Parsons has 83 of the 172 total team pressure. So he has literally 50% of the team pressure. It's just I don't know how they're going to get to Caleb Williams. He's just going to have all day in the pocket. Going to pick this team apart, I think, especially with no pressure up front. Maybe they dial up the blitz more, but I think the Bears take this. Jags or Broncos, and the Broncos are playing so well, but they have 11-2. Come on, they've won. Is it 11 straight now? At some point, they have to have a bad game. One would assume, and they're going up against one of the hottest teams in the NFL, especially one of the hottest quarterbacks in Trevor Lawrence. And I mean, this defense of the Denver Broncos is not what it was last year. It's still, I would say, top three. But their weaknesses, if you had to pick a weakness, I would say they're currently sixth overall. I mean, Patrick Surtain is, I mean, it's hard to do what he did last year. They are seventh against the pass, and they are eighth against the rush. They're just top 10 all around. But I think they are gettable. They're gettable at some point. I mean, the front four was great, especially with the likes of Zach Allen and Nick Benito. I mean, that is a top tier front four for sure. Those teams with very good records. How weak are their schedule? Where are their schedule? So let's see. So when you look at power index, let's put it like this, Lexington, I'm answering your question. This like basically takes into account the opponent and let me just read the definition. Measures a team's true strength on net point scale, expected margin versus an average opponent on neutral field. So it takes into account the opponents that they've played, basically. Uh, so very good records. Rams 11-3 have a 7.2. They're number one in the league, and by quite number two, the Lions. Number three, the Packers. Number four, the Seahawks. Number five, Eagles. Number six, the Texans. Number seven, the Ravens. Well, who's low that has a good record? The Colts. They are about 20th. The Panthers are about 26th. Let's see anybody else with a winning record. The Steelers are below average. I mean, that's not surprising. The Ravens are the highest at 500 or worse. Go Chargers. Chargers, if they could get an offensive line together, it would be great for their Joe Schmo. Appreciate the follow. Who are my top 10 NFL teams as far as power rankings go? Let's see. Number one right now, I have to say, not the Rams because they don't have Davante Adams. Not until they get Davante Adams back. It's the Denver Broncos for me at one. Rams at two. Texans at three. After that, Seahawks 4, Bills 5, Niners 6. Packers just really fall off with no Michael Parsons. I don't remember who I said. So there's the top 6. Appreciate stopping by. Evans or ETN? I think go ETN. That's starting running back. Burrow or Brissett? I think we go Jacoby Brissett. I don't know what's going on with Joe Burrow, especially with all the comments uh, that he's made as of late. Um, Drake London, should I start him if he plays coming from an injury? Yeah, I mean, I think if they're playing him at this point, they're not forcing him back. There's no reason to force him back early. So if he's on the field, he's going to get a full snap count uh, against the Cardinals, who do not have a great defense. And the juice meter completely disagrees with what I just said. Depends on who you're starting him over. Do you agree that Drake May is overrated and carried by his team? I do not. Drake May has like some of the best. I mean, he has the second best efficiency numbers in the NFL as far as EPA per dropback. His deep passing is potentially the best, and that's passes over 20 air yards. Let's see where he's at right now. Yeah, he's still number 1 by quite a margin. 6 touchdowns on those deep passes, 1 interception, a 123 rating. I mean, it's just playing ridiculously well, especially with the lack of talent. I'm not going to say they're bad, but I mean, there's other teams who definitely have more talent around their quarterback. Tracy or Pollard? Man, Pollard's been playing out of his mind as the last 2 weeks. I think I may go Pollard, honestly. Ride the hot hand. I could see Tyrone Tracy getting too many snaps taken away from him from Singletary. Trevor Lawrence is one of the hottest quarterbacks as far as statistics go. He just that line last week. That was the best in the only player to ever do that in NFL history with the 300 plus pass yards, 5 plus passing touchdowns, 50 plus on the ground, and 1 rushing touchdown. I mean, his last 3 weeks, he has 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. His only 3 games of 100 plus passer rating were the last 3 weeks of the season. He's had a positive completion percentage over expected. He has 39 positive pass EPA just in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, that would qualify as him being one of the hottest. What's your fantasy question? Burrow or Baker? Oh man, Baker, that offense has not been playing well, but they're going up against the Carolina Panthers. I think you have to go Baker. Okay, I'm catching up. Sorry. Can Jaguars make a deep playoff run? Yeah, especially if they're playing like they are right now with Trevor Lawrence. But we've seen them falter before. Saints or Chiefs? The Saints are against the Jets. Chiefs are against the Titans. And I think we go Chiefs. Lamar underperforming. Should I sub out for Dart? Maybe in another week I would, but not this week. Lamar's going up against the Patriots. It's going to be a higher scoring game, I do believe. Over under, I think it's 48.5. Jackson Dart's going up against Brian Flores and that defense that is so blitz heavy. So the likelihood of him going crazy is slim to none. You got to do a Debo. And should I start this? I would start McLaurin over Scary Terry over Debo for sure. Good loss. Appreciate the follow. Baker versus Panthers. Lamar versus the Patriots. Lamar. In front of everybody's post. Gainwell or Aaron Jones? Aaron Jones. I know Gainwell is good with the PPR, with the pass catches out of the backfield, but Aaron Jones is going up against the New York Giants, who literally have the worst rushing defense in the NFL. DJ Moore or Ladd? I think we go Ladd. DJ Moore is such a risky thing with Caleb Williams. They spread the ball out to everybody. Rome Odunze probably be back. Gainwell or Henderson? Henderson against the Ravens defense, yes. Reed or Addison? Reed, assuming Christian Watson does not play. Goff or Mayfield? Jared Goff, I don't trust Mayfield enough with the shoulder injury, the offensive line injuries. Tony Pollard or Rico Dowdle? We go Tony Pollard. The Rico Dowdle is going up against the Bucks, who have the fifth best rushing D in the NFL. Tim K, appreciate the follow. No problem. Appreciate the follow. Kittle or Goddard? So Kittle is going up against the Indianapolis Colts. Dallas Goddard has Jalen Hurts and going up against the Washington defense. I think even with the potential that Jalen Hurts has a terrible game, The Washington defense is one of the worst, if not the worst defense in the NFL. It is the worst pass defense in the NFL. They have the worst efficiency as far as playing against the pass right now, and the season's almost over, and they have nothing to play for. So you go Goddard. Least favorite NFL team? I'd say it varies from week to week, but I mean, it probably the Chiefs or the Eagles, and that's just I don't like to see teams continually win. Outside of that, the Steelers because I'm a Ravens fan, but I'd say probably Chiefs or Eagles, but doesn't mean I never want them to win. But if I had to, all right, Shook or Young? I think we go Tyler Shook. Bryce Young could go off, could do absolutely nothing. He has his ups and downs. He's like the lower tier Sam Darnold. Sutton or Diggs? Cam Sutton. Cortland Sutton. Andre Swift or Gainwell? I think we go Gainwell just because of his pass catching abilities. This game script could have them playing from behind, and it's going to be a high scoring affair. Montana man, appreciate the follow. T-Mac is due for a breakout this week. I mean, is he the favorite to win? Offensive rookie of the year. I know he was at one point. I mean, Trevion Henderson, maybe. Mike Evans, Pitt, or Rice. Now Rashee Rice because no Mahomes. Probably Mike Evans is your safest bet. Safest bet. I think I answered Montana. I go Cortland Sutton. He's just a red zone target for Bo Nix, and it's probably going to be a high scoring game. I don't think this is going to be a low scoring game. Nice, Jacob. Nice. That game's in New York. Probably will not be warm. Burrow or Purdy? I think we go Purdy. Joe Burrow, I just don't know what's going on with him on or off the field right now. Just doesn't look like the same player. Sutton, Rice, or ETN? I think we go Sutton and ETN. Rashee Rice, I'm hesitant to go with without Patrick Mahomes under center. Rusty, pick two, Pitts, DJ Moore, Kelsey. Pitts and DJ Moore for the same reason I said not go Rashee Rice. Brisket, Dart, Dak, or Burrow. I think we go Dak. Dak is in a must-win situation. He has the best offensive players, or offense all around out of those four. Then we go Dak. It's indoors. I don't know if it's in Los Angeles or Dallas, regardless, good weather. Go Dak. Pitts or Waller? Kyle Pitts. I mean, he had the best tight end game of his career and the best tight end game of anyone last week. Maybe besides Trey McBride, but we go Kyle Pitts. All right. Parkinson or Reed? I think Reed has the higher ceiling. I think we go Reed. Jacoby for sure. Dowdle or Pittman? I think we go Dowdle. Just for the goal line carries. I just don't trust Michael Pittman with Philip Rivers under center. Reed. Jaden Reed. Appreciate everybody stopping by. If you don't follow the channel, hit that follow button. This is the first year of doing this. This is all analytics based. Post on all the teams. Talking fantasy tonight, but we deep dive into the analytics pretty much daily. Lamar, Purdy, or Burrow? I think we go Lamar just due to the upside. Purdy second. I just don't trust Burrow right now. Appreciate the follow. Who are you asking? He's two. Or Tracy. I think you're trying typo. Defense to stream. Yeah, Saints. To Mr. Unlimited's point, the Saints have been a top 12 defense over the last quarter of the season, and they are going up against the Jets. Genty or Tracy? Tyrone Tracy. Genty is going up against the Houston Texans. No one does well against the Texans. So, yeah, Tyrone Tracy. Mike Evans or Stephon Diggs? Mike Evans has the higher floor. Stephon Diggs has the higher ceiling. So it depends on how risky you want to be. Purdy over Brissett and Stroud. Jennings or Olave if Drake London plays? Olave, I think. I mean, the Niners just tend to – they can spread the ball out any given game, and then what are you doing? I mean, Jawan Jennings could be angry that he's not getting a contract again, and then you're in trouble. Tracy, I think we still go Tyrone Tracy. Pitts, Goddard, RJ Harvey, or Derrick Henry. Pick three. So Pitts is the second hottest tight end after last week. I think Goddard's the odd man out on those. Drake or Baker? Drake May. It's going up against the Ravens. It's going to be a high scoring game. Goff or McCarthy? Crazy that we're asking this now. But Goff. All my hope lies in Marvin Harrison being out again. Okay. Yeah, it's for Michael Wilson, I assume. Pick two, Wandale Debo, Stefan, and Rome Odunze. Wandale, Stefan Diggs. Should I drop Rome and Johnston for Parkinson? Oh, and Moore or Reed. Jaden Reed. And I would do it. Take the chance. May or Baker? Drake May is going to be a high scoring game against the Ravens. Drake May has the second highest EPA per dropback. He has the highest floor potentially in the NFL. He's going to be fine as far as fantasy goes. Allen or May? Josh Allen at any given point scored 3 rushing touchdowns, so I think you go Josh Allen.